Back to front attributes is today's experiment. We've taken the best attributes for specific positions and flip reversed it blazing squad style so they play in a different position on the pitch. It's not the most educational one. It's a bit of a weird one. Hopefully it'll be a laugh. Let's get through it. Let's get through it. That makes it sound like a chore. Let's get into it because I'm actually excited for this one. Hope you are too. Oh, I mean, the intro's already a shambles. Deary me. Okay. So here we go. We've got 2 strikers and 2 centre-backs, ladies and gentlemen. Miguel Angel is a centre-forward with, very defensive attributes. He is at 70 current ability with frozen attributes, as you can see there. Much like Matthias Berode, the same attribute breakdown, I believe. But no, he's at 60 current ability. No, he's at 70 current ability. Sorry. 70 current ability, but he is not frozen. My mistake. So we've got 1 frozen and 1 not frozen. It was a while ago I made this database and simulated it. So I'm catching up with you. I could have done this beforehand. But as we saw with the intro, it's already a shambles. If you're new around here, it never gets any better. If you're not new around here, this is the kind of incompetence that you came for. Andy Barnes, old Barnesy, centre-back. Yeah, bang. Look at that polygon. That's a bloody good polygon for a centre-back, isn't it? Not frozen attributes. And Garrett Schulwitz, frozen attributes. So we've got 2 players not frozen, 2 players frozen. 2 centre-backs, 2 strikers with flip reversed attributes. They're all 6'2", they're all resolute personality, and we've got 4 different nationalities. 70/60 current ability, 150 potential ability. Who knows what's going to happen in this one? Do we just crack on? Okay, so we've got some transfers already. San Jose have signed Miguel Angel, and he's already been played awkwardly as a centre-back and defensive midfielder. Now, of course, you would expect them to want to play there because that will make their current ability shoot up through the roof. Not for the ones with the frozen attributes, though. So if the AI is just going on current ability, I don't think it's going to work, is it? Don't think it's going to work. Andy Barnes, well, he is up at 75 current ability /76. And there's his attributes. And he can now play as a makeshift striker. He's gone to Bromley, where he played once in the Cup and plenty of times in non-competitive games. Matthias Berode, well, he's played all across defence and he's now an awkward centre-back. With 85 current ability, but a recommended current ability of 87. That's probably because of the awkwardness of his centre-back position that he's now garnered. I expect them all to be retrained in the right position. We did this on the last Football Manager where this sort of thing happened, where they did get retrained, but then they still got played in their wrong positions. It was a weird one. Anyway, Garrett Schulwitz has gone to Hertha Berlin, and again, he has been retrained as a striker. He's now awkward as a striker. He's not played at all for Hertha Berlin. Matthias has gone to Lorient. I think I neglected to mention that. And as I say, Andy Barnes at Bromley, not really played, and Miguel Angel at San Jose. He's played 17 times, scoring 3 goals. He's actually been retrained as a right midfielder. He's an accomplished right midfielder. I'm curious as to why they decided to retrain him there based on his attribute breakdown. I'm not sure. I've got no words. But this is not the stupidest thing the AI has done that we've seen on the channel in the last couple of months. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and watch the stadium video I made, where I made the biggest stadium and gave it to a Vanarama National League North team. Scunthorpe, to be precise. If you know, you know. Probably my biggest meltdown on the channel. So if you've not seen it and you want to see me lose my mind, go and check it out. Anyway, cross-promoting other videos on the channel, we're here to watch this one. So we're 1 year into the experiment and they've all got a club and they've all started to be retrained somewhat. So 2025? Okay, so now Miguel is now a competent centre-back and he's playing a lot more for San Jose. He's actually got 15 goals and 26 assists with 15 player of the matches. He has been the star man for them. Absolutely brilliant for them. He's playing week in, week out with his frozen attributes. Andy Barnes, he's made a move from Bromley to Kidderminster Still only an awkward striker, unfortunately. He has played 4 times for Bromley. 3 times off the bench, and then he did move for free to Kidderminster, which was, I believe it was released by Bromley, Vanarama National League's Bromley, to Vanarama National League's Kidderminster. We've got Phil Brown in charge. I wonder if he's going to have him on the pitch at half-time, giving it all that. Matthias Barode for Lorient. Well, he is a competent centre-back now, and his attribute breakdown is 96 current ability, recommended current ability 127. So that jump and that disparity is very much positional based. Absolutely. Now, with only a potential ability of 150, when he becomes accomplished slash a natural at centre-back, I think he's going to be too good with all these attribute points. Marking, tackling, everything. I think it's going to take him above 150. So he's going to start to lose some of this ability, you'd expect. But he's playing for Lorient too. Is he going to break into the first team? Garrett at Hertha Berlin, he's in the under-19s, and yeah, there's not a lot happened here. He is now competent as a centre-forward. The recommended current ability is 140. His current ability, of course, is 60. Let's have a look at Miguel. His recommended current ability is 110. Andy Barnes, 108 for his recommended current ability. So yeah, the positional change is what's having the massive effect, isn't it? Now, will any of them actually break into those first teams and actually start to make a bit of a career for themselves? Because at the moment, I'm not too sure. So let's keep moving on. Oh, well. So, where to start? Garrett Schulwitz is now an accomplished centre forward. His recommended current ability is 156, yet he's still not being played by Hertha Berlin. Now, surely they've got to look at the attributes and just go, let's just pop him up front. They've trained him there, and he's only coming on off the bench in non-competitive games, so he's not even playing the second team. The second team's reserves. Matthias at Lorient, he's injured. He's also wanted by Bastia on loan. Well, he's lost a load of attribute points, hasn't he? He's lost a load. Look, he's gone down from 20 to 17s. His recommended current ability and his current ability are aligned. So that positional change has caused his attributes to fall off, essentially. And he has been playing for the reserves. He has played 4 times for the first team, all of them off the bench in the league, but he has broken into that team. Now, the fact his attributes have dropped leads me to think it's probably going to be a little bit of an underwhelming one, this one. I was hoping someone would kick on and do something interesting, but as it stands, not happening. Miguel Angel, he's moved to Villarreal for £4,900. Again, because he's got his attributes frozen and his recommended current ability is at 115, he is still 70 current ability and kept all these attributes. He looks like he's playing on the right still. He's now a natural. Don't look like he's being trained as a competent centre-back anymore. It's disappointing, isn't it? It is disappointing. Andy Barnes, though, has moved to Sunderland for £66,000. He's wanted by a few teams on loan. Again, he has not got his attributes frozen. His current ability is 115, and his recommended current ability is 115, and his current ability is 104. So, has he lost attribute points from places? I'm not too sure. I think because he's still only awkward as a striker. I don't think he's quite dropped to that level yet. He played 31 times for Kidderminster last season, and he only scored 3 goals, which lead me to believe he was definitely playing at centre-back. I'm just going back through the squads here, and I can't see him playing at all. He played 31 times. He's just not there. There he is, centre-back. Yeah, there he is. When did he move? Did he move in January? Oh, he moved at the 2nd of Feb, so he did actually move, probably on deadline day. That's why I couldn't see him in that second half of the season. So, to be fair, playing 31 times before moving to Sunderland, unless he stayed... No, wouldn't have stayed on loan for the rest of the season because he wasn't playing, so... Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's happened there. So, we're about to move on to 2027, but before we forget, let's have a look at Ralph Watch. He's the manager of Austria's old Ralph. And full disclosure, he won the World Cup in an experiment the other day on the channel. And I say the other day, it was probably a few weeks ago by the time this comes out. But yeah, he won the World Cup and I missed it. So what an embarrassment. Okay, so 2027, here we come. Well, Andy Barnes. He didn't do anything for Sunderland last season. He didn't go anywhere. But Sunderland got promoted. Now, unfortunately, he's not been promoted with Sunderland because he's not played at all for them. He's in the under-21s. Miguel Angel is still playing. He's now playing in the Villarreal B squad. Not playing for them. He's actually playing for Villarreal C. So, yeah, still playing at right wing, it looks like. Matthias Barode at Lorient. Oh, God, his attitude's falling off a cliff. He's a centre-back. Look at that. He's not improving at all because he's not playing. Garrett Schulwitz, again, played 4 times for Hertha Berlin too. And look at that. He's now an accomplished striker. Was he accomplished last time? Yeah, 156. Yeah, he was accomplished last time. Sorry about that. He's played 4 times for them, scoring 2 goals. Obviously, he's been playing up front, even though he is a centre-back, but now a striker as well. But the 60 current ability is what's really harming him. If you unfroze his attributes now, his current ability would just shoot up. Oh no, sorry, his recommended current ability would come right down to meet his current ability, and then he'd start improving again. So yeah, that's what's happened there. Maybe should have started them off with higher current abilities. But then the players that were going to improve were always going to go higher. Like they would have just shot up in terms of current ability. So it would have been a bit of a weird experiment. Yeah, I mean, power to you all for sticking through this one. There's not a lot happening, so let's move on to 2028. Let's rock and roll with this one. Sunderland have been relegated. Andy Barnes hasn't played. Hasn't been on loan either. Starting to lose some of his attributes. Still an awkward striker though, so nothing's happened there. Miguel Angel again. Oh, right midfield. Unconvincing. Villarreal B. Hello. Played a bit for Villarreal B as well as Villarreal C. Matthias Barode is just getting worse and worse every single time we look at him. Dunkirk want him on loan. And Garrett Schulwitz has just never... 10 times for Hertha Berlin 2 now. 6 games, 1 goal. 5 of them starts. 2029? I've come to 2030. I've come to 2030 just because... Don't know what's going on here. Andy Barnes still at Sunderland. He's been to Gateshead on loan. 13 games, 1 goal. Because he's been playing at centre-back. His attributes are depreciating as well. What's his ability saying? 114 current, 113 recommended current. Matthias still at Lorient and just horrendous. Miguel at Villarreal B he's playing for Villarreal B a hell of a lot. He's now an accomplished centre-back and a right midfielder. And I think he might be playing at centre-back for Villarreal B. Genuinely do. Then Garrett at Hertha Berlin, just dismal, isn't it? Just absolutely dismal. I don't see what more is going to happen. So it's been very dismal up to this point so far. There's not been a lot to sort of speak of. I mean, we're going to go back for a secondary look in on Ralph. Oh, he's left Austria in 2028 to go and become the manager of Sweden. No trophy wins, unfortunately. He resigned after a run of bad results and then went straight to Sweden 10 days later. Okay, I mean, they're 22 years old. Let's go to 25 years old. 3 years, 2033. Andy Barnes is at West Brom and he's loaned from Sunderland. He's joining West Brom and he's playing for West Brom in the Championship. 40 games he's played for them because he is at 127 current ability. He's playing at centre-back. Oh, just someone train him as a striker, for the love of God. Matthias at Lorient, he's wanted, he's listed. He is abysmal. I mean, they've never known what to do with him. He has played 54 times for them, though. This most recent season, he came off the bench 27 times in Liga. He's not really got much better. 109 current ability. He's crap. Miguel is at San Roque de Lepe, and he's moved there from Segoviana. And he moved there from Villarreal for free 2 seasons in a row. He's been in reserves a hell of a lot. He's played a hell of a lot. His positional map is all over the place. He's still got, well, of course, he's got frozen attributes, so he's still going to have the same attributes in Polygon. And Garrett, well, he's moved from Hertha for free. He's gone to Sandersdorf, where he's played 23 times, scored 4 goals. And it feels like he's playing as a centre-back, almost certainly. Even though he is an accomplished striker, that recommended current ability is 156. It is still there. I mean, look at that for the attributes that you need to be a striker, for the best attributes to be a striker, and the fact that he's only at 156. I mean, okay, yeah, long shots is pretty poor. Penalty taking could be better, but you know, he's got a lot of good 20s for a striker, and he's still only 156. Interesting. Well, another 3 years, 2036. Andy Barnes is at Wrexham, and they signed him for £2.5 million. He is, of course, once more playing at centre-back, has been for the majority of his career. Again, awkward striker. No one's playing him up front. Matthias has moved. Oh, he's been around a bit. He was on loan at Caen. He went to Lorient. He finally left for Cholet. 32 games, 5 goals in the French National League. Oh, God, he's awful, isn't he? His attributes are terrible. Oh, look, he's down at 96. He's just falling off the face of the earth. He's going to retire soon. Almost going to have to. Miguel Angel, he's moved again from San Roque de Lepe to CD Estepena, where, again, he's playing. I don't think he's playing up front or maybe on the wing with 10 assists. And Garrett or Hankoffen, he's moved there from Coburg, who he moved there to from Sandersdorf. And he's gone on a free every single time. He is playing every game of the season. And it looks like with this goal return, he is being deployed as a striker, which I think he'd score more than that in the lower leagues. Don't you? I don't know. It just feels a bit low in terms of his goal output. But back to front attributes has not worked, has it? At all. Let's rattle this through and chalk this one up to bad day at the office. We're going through 4 more years to 2040. We'll be in the twilight years of their career. I think it'll be 32. I won't be surprised if we've lost someone. No, still all here. Andy Barnes is still at Wrexham, still at Wrexham, gone back to Wrexham. They sold him after 26 games in the Championship to Norwich for 2.5 million. Norwich didn't know what to do with him, barely played him. He went to Burnley for 1.3, who also didn't know what to do with him. They sold him back to Wrexham for 425k. That's over a £2 million profit they've made, £2.5 million. And he came back and played 43 times, 3 goals. Finally, an unconvincing striker, but a little too late in my opinion. Comfortability 126. He's lost some of his other attributes. Matthias, he's actually improved again. He's now up at 99. It doesn't look like he's polygon's horrific. He's moved again. US Orleans, Major da Honda. That's where he's playing currently. Miguel Angel. Oh, he's done around. He's gone to Montilla then a lot. You might say he's had a lot of moves. Oh, well, for those of you who stayed during this experiment that's not quite hit the mark for some of the entertaining stories that things throw up, there you go. There is your pun. Bad one, that's the highlight of the video, isn't it? Garrett, again, he's playing, not scoring enough for me. He's gone to Jayhuahua, where he looks like he's been playing as a striker somewhat, but sometimes he probably plays as a defender. Is Ralph still about? Triple Ralph watch. He is. He's back as the manager of Austria. He went from Sweden to Scotland, and now he's back at Austria from 2034. He's been the manager of Austria for 11 years of this experiment so far. Go on, Ralph. Let's go to 2042, 43 maybe. Well, we've lost someone. Matthias Barode's retiring. We've lost our English fella, Andy Barnes. Is he still knocking about? Can we still... Here he is. He's under 21's manager of Mansfield. His career stats. So he finished his career off at Wrexham. And he actually played a hell of a lot for Wrexham. Against them anywhere? Did he do anything for them? He's not in favoured personnel or icons or legends. I mean, I don't think he'd be a club legend, to be perfectly honest. But you never know, do you? Jayhuahua for Garrett Schulwitz. He's still there. He's been there for a lot of seasons. Miguel is at Mutilvera, and he moved there from Tarazona. And of course, Matthias is just so bad. He does need to retire. He is retired. At least he's self-aware. And there you go. That's the end. So back to front attributes just doesn't work. It was a shambles. Let's have a look at who's been winning some trophies then, shall we? We've had, there's the Premier League. United have won on the most recent. We've had a few for Arsenal. Nice little bit of domination in the middle there. Current Champions League winners United as well. Liverpool have won quite a few. Inter, they've won a couple. Real Madrid. Yeah, so there's your Champions League. Let's have a look at the World Cup and Euros. England won the most recent World Cup 2 times in a row. Colombia won in 2026. And then Turkey in 2030. So that's an unlikely start. Unai Emery's in charge of England. No Euros for England. Spain with 2. France, Italy and Germany all with 1 apiece. England were runners up to Germany in 2040. Very unfortunate indeed. The World Golden Ball. If we go back and we have a look, well, Kylian Mbappe won quite a few, as did... Well, that's it. Just Kylian Mbappe. Erling Haaland's barely had a look in. Wouldn't even know Erling Haaland was in the game. There's Jude Bellingham. He played for Real Madrid for a lot of his career. Saka stayed at Arsenal. Fair play to him. Mbappe stayed at Real Madrid. Writing's on the wall there, isn't it? Vinicius Jr., well, he stayed at Real Madrid as well. So he did pretty good for himself. No Lamine Yamal. He normally does all right. Let's have a look and see if he's knocking about. He played for Man City. He moved for £71 million. Only a few seasons ago. So he was in his 30s already. What's his... his potential ability is 172. So the 170 to 200 range did him very dirty in this experiment. Very dirty indeed. Anyway, that's the end of the experiment. Bad front attributes was an absolute whitewash. Horrendous for some of them. They didn't go on and do anything of note. Hope you enjoyed it. Take good care of yourselves, gang. See you soon.